Okay, I'm gonna do an update video on my home theater. I've made several changes from the last video that I made, and I'm gonna try to do this in one take, see how it goes. But anyway, this is the entrance to the theater. Okay, I'm gonna go around the room and explain exactly what I've built, what I've done. Majority of this is do-it-yourself. I built the room myself 22 years ago. It was an empty basement. I built, I designed the theater myself, built it, and updated it all throughout the years. And I first started off with a little Panasonic projector that sat on the floor right here and projected onto I think it was like a 107-inch screen to begin with. Went from that to a NEC CRT, and then LCDs, and now the current DLP that I have 4K right now. And also, okay, I'm going to go ahead and start around the room. First off, the walls are 6-inch thick, staggered stud, well insulated to try to keep the sound down here and not upstairs. Go ahead and close the door. I have automatic lights on the main lighting that are also set up on my remote, so I can turn it, turn the lights on and off and dim them from my chair. Coming around the room here, have a couple posters on the wall, both walls, and my old-fashioned radio that I love. It's a built-in back in the 1930s. It did work up until a couple years ago. My son wanted me to play it, so I turned it on, and within a couple minutes, smoke started coming out. I haven't had it looked at since then, but it still could work. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. My leg lamp that my oldest son gave me for Christmas. I love that lamp. My Dr. Pepper bottle. I love music. I love listening to music here in the theater. Multi-channel, preferably high res. But I decided to decorate the back wall here with a little bit of music stuff. This is my oldest son's guitar that he learned on, that we gave him back when he was 16 years old. He served in the army over in Afghanistan and has since passed away. So I keep his guitar on my wall in remembrance of him, and also I think it looks really cool back here. This is our dog, Striker. Striker, you can just lay there. Can I get by you? You're kind of taking up the entire walkway here. Can I get by? All right, hop up. Come on. But anyway, the room itself is a 12-foot wide by 24 feet deep. I built it, the riser for the back row here. Works out really good. I wish I would have gone up a little bit higher, but I don't have a very high ceiling, so I kind of went as high as I felt I should. I wish it was just a little bit higher though, but no big deal. Nobody else comes down here and watches movies anyway, so it's pretty much just me. Coming back here to my equipment, this room had a really nice little jog out right here in this area, which allowed me to build the media area and also the equipment area. I love it. I love the equipment being in the room, not in some closet. Makes it easy to put movies in and out of the machines, and I just like having them in here. Kind of is a pain in the butt to get to swap things in and out and connect wires, but I've got enough room here to where I can actually spin the Pioneer receiver. I can spin that completely around in its place, so that makes it easier. Kind of going from top to bottom anyway. I do have lights here. I turned on just the media area. I built these shelves myself. It's all do it yourself. Like I said, most of the things in the theater are. This cheap little rack setup here holds everything just fine and never had a problem with it. Everything fits nicely. But going from top to bottom, I've got Samsung 4K Blu-ray player. It doesn't do a very good streaming job. Sony 4K Blu-ray player. I have this here mainly for my high-res music, DVD audio, super audio CD. A while back, just for fun, I bought a Toshiba high-def DVD player and 60 discs for like $60. I just like having that little piece of home theater history. My 4K Joey from Dish Network. And down here, my main hub here is the Pioneer LX701. It's the 9.2.4 receiver. Love this receiver. I love the sound quality. Very, very pleased with it. Doesn't give me an ounce of problems. It doesn't run hot at all. I can drive it really hard. I'm even driving all my speakers to do it yourself. 4 ohm. This receiver never gets hot. I just love this receiver. Coming down, I got Xbox One. I don't play it very much. It kind of gives me a headache. The older I get, it gives me a headache to play. I love racing games and what have you, but it just gives me a headache. Come down to do the 9-point surround Atmos. I needed a stereo receiver, so I have this amplifier here to do the 2 rear channels that the Pioneer doesn't power. I bought. I kind of have a little museum going on, my home theater history museum going on. I recently picked this up, Abyss, on VHS, widescreen. I used to have a whole bunch of these here. Since then, I've gotten rid of all my VHS. But I want a little piece of my history, home theater history, so I bought that there off of eBay. Coming down, this is kind of my home theater museum here. I've got my first surround sound processor that I bought back in 1989. I don't remember if mine was the Radio Shack brand or not, but it was the same receiver. I recently rebought this off of eBay. So I've got Dolby Surround. It's not hooked up. None of this stuff at the bottom is hooked up. My original CD player that I did buy back in probably 1985, I think. It's a BSR. Still works perfect today. I don't use it. It's not hooked up, but it still works perfect. Coming down further, I've got my Pioneer. I think it's the 57. Can't remember the model number, but anyway, it was my first DVD audio, super audio CD player that I bought back. God, I can't even remember. 2005 maybe-ish. I can't really remember exactly on that one there. Down below that, I've got my Panasonic DVD A300 and my first DVD player that I bought. This isn't the actual one. I rebought this on eBay just recently to add to my library, my museum, I mean. This is my very first DVD player I bought back in 1997. Brand new from Circuit City. I think I paid like $500, $599 for it. I don't know how we afforded it back then, but I had to have it. I also have, what did I do with it? I have the movie Contact. Oh, right there. I have the movie Contact, and that was the first DVD that I bought back in 1997. Well, at the same Circuit City store that I bought the DVD player that day. You had to have a disc. What else would you use for the machine? So I bought that disc. I think I bought a couple others, but I can't really remember exactly which disc. Maybe U.S. Marshals. I can't remember. But anyway, I love that player. I since had gotten rid of it. I don't know if it went bad. I don't really remember. But I picked this up off eBay. Down below, I wanted a rear subwoofer. Had to fit in this area right here nicely. The Rythmik 12-inch was the right measurements, and I like Rythmik. I can set the camera down on the floor here to get this stupid cover off. Ah. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, but anyway, so Rythmik, it's a good looking subwoofer. It does good. After I bought the Rythmik, I ended up buying a Monolith 10-inch. And to be honest with you, I like the Monolith 10-inch more than this Rythmik 12-inch. This is a dual servo. I just think the Monolith hits a little harder, digs a little deeper. But anyway, this fills in the back area here nicely. It fits where I wanted it to. It looks good. So there we go on that. Coming over here to my media. Over here I have concert videos. Like I said, I love music. I got Blu-ray 5.1 high res. I got more concerts. I got DVD audio. I got Super Audio CD. I got DTS actually also. Super Audio. That's just all my music. I love the music. I love listening to music down here. My system, in my opinion, sounds really good with music, whether it's 2-channel or multi-channel, or, I just love it. Here's all the discs that I got for the DVD audio. I've watched a few of them. I can see why Blu-ray won out. A lot of these are in Dolby Digital Plus, not Dolby True HD. I can just see where they didn't do really well, like Blu-ray did. But anyway, it's just kind of a piece of home theater history. I don't really have to have it. I don't need it, but it's just there. Oh, my lights up here. Looks like aren't very bright right now. They're battery powered, motion sensitive. I do have a light back here that lights up this area, but this upper shelves here, it doesn't really hit too well. Going over here, I've got all my Blu-rays in alphabetical order all the way down. Then down lower, I have my 4K, again in alphabetical order. My Xbox One. So this worked out really, really nice. I built the shelves myself. I did everything here. I love this area here to be able to keep all my discs. I'm an old-fashioned disc guy. I can't afford the kaleidoscope and all that kind of stuff, so this is what I'm going to use. Hopefully, I know someday they're going to end the disc productions altogether, Blu-ray, 4K, but And then everything will be streaming. I do streaming. Oh, also kind of going back at the back of the Pioneer, I do have plugged in a Fire Stick, and that's how I do all my streaming. It's just plugged into USB into the back of the Pioneer, and it works out really good. It does a good job. It sounds good on the Dolby Atmos and stuff like that. I still much prefer the discs. Coming over here, going around the room, you notice these columns that I have. Well, behind every one of the columns is sound absorbing material, and also my surround speaker, in-wall speakers that I built myself. They're do-it-yourself. Dayton Audio is the 5 1/4, and Radio Shack tweeters. They match all the way around the room, except for my Atmos speakers are a pre-built Dayton Audio. They're a 4.5 or 4 inch or something like that. So they're the only difference. All the other speakers are completely matched. I do have 3 side surrounds on both sides. My room is completely the same all the way around. I really wanted to keep that. So it's identical. I don't have some speakers higher, some speakers lower. They're all, my surrounds are about right here, ear level all the way around, which works out really nice. Coming down here, light switch for the Blu-ray player, or the Blu-ray discs. My Wonder Woman poster, had to have her. Striker's in the way again. Aren't you, Striker? Up front here, I have 6, 3 on each side, sound absorbing panels. Again, do it yourself. I built them myself. I didn't use a Rockwell. I used, I can't remember the brand, but it's a special sound absorbing material from a company that actually makes sound absorbers. I bought the materials that they use and built my own frames. I actually had my brother-in-law build the frames, but anyway, so these are do-it-yourself sound absorbers. Coming up front, back in the corner, I have these bass traps. Don't know how much they do, but anyway, they kind of give it a nice appearance look up here. Kind of looks like curtains from a distance. I just felt that I needed something up there in the corner. Bought them off Amazon, I do believe. Coming up to my front LCRs, these here I built myself. They are, again, the Dayton Audio 5 1/4 mid-range, and then a Radio Shack tweeter. I love these Radio Shack tweeters. I know you guys will say, the Radio Shack, they're horrible. No, I actually love them. This combination sounds excellent. I love these speakers. I love the sound quality of them. I've heard all different name brand speakers, and I still think, for the money, these sound excellent. My front left and right box, actually I did have my wife's niece, to be honest, she built the boxes for me. I designed these boxes like 15 years ago. I hadn't built them until just a couple years ago. I had bookshelf speakers that I'd built with the same mid-range and tweeter in them. But anyway, I finally built these here. We hired a cleaning lady, and she kept on knocking over the stand and the bookshelf speaker that I was using. So it's like, I got to do something. So I finally built the towers that I wanted. I love these. They're very good quality. She did an excellent job on the box. I can't say enough about these speakers. Coming over here, I have 2, doesn't look the best now, do-it-yourself 15-inch Dayton Audio Quattro speakers, woofers. I built these boxes about 15 years ago, and love them. I actually have these tuned to 27 hertz. I wanted them good for music. When I first built it, I tuned it down to 21 hertz. It wasn't good for music. I didn't like it for music, so I adjusted the port, raised up the hertz on it. I love these. They're beautiful for music. They do really good for home theater as well. But I'm not getting the lower frequencies that I do want also for movies. Hence the Rythmik 12-inch back there, tuned to 15 hertz, and also my Monolith. I needed a subwoofer, a center subwoofer up here that would hold the center channel to the perfect height right below the screen. The Monolith 10-inch, THX 10-inch, on its side is the perfect measurement, or the height, I mean, to hold that center channel. Again, the center channel is, I built it 22 years ago. No, probably it's older than that. It's actually probably more like 30 years old. I built the box. I've replaced the speakers since then. Still a Dayton Audio with the Radio Shack tweeter. To be honest with you, that tweeter right there is not connected. I installed the tweeter up above the screen. Now, most people are going, what in the world would you do that for? Well, in car audio, a Rockford Fosgate rep back in the 90s, back when I was selling car audio, they were just coming out with the separates to where they'd raise the tweeter up above the mid-range on the door. And he said what it does is it raises the sound field up. So in home theater with a big screen, I wanted to bring the sound up to the middle because I don't have a perforated screen. I don't really even want it. But I wanted the sound to seem like it's coming from halfway up the screen. So I put the tweeter up above. It does a beautiful job. The sound level, it brought the sound level up. You're not hearing the center channel down on the floor. Not that it's totally down on the floor. But anyway, I love this. Would I suggest to somebody else if they want to try something like this to get the sound level up? Go right ahead. I love it. Except the Monolith is tuned down to 15 hertz. It reaches down there. I love it. It's a good mix with my two 15s. Also on my 15s, I do have a Rythmik plate amp. One plate amp drives both 15s. It's a 375 watt plate amp. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm running it in 8 ohm. So the plate amp doesn't really get warm or hot at all. But I'm probably driving more like 300 watts. But you know what? It's still plenty. It does an excellent job. What I like about these subs is they don't travel very far. They don't need to travel very far. But they put out a lot of really good bass. I love these boxes that I built. Very, very happy with my subs. Could I get more powerful subs? Yes. But I love the fact that I built these. I created the sound. They do an excellent job in movies and in music. I just love it. Same with my speakers. Could I buy better speakers? I'm sure I could. But you know what? These didn't cost very much. And I love the sound quality of them. I love the looks of them. Totally happy with them. I have no desire to upgrade. My screen is an important part of the home theater. Is a do-yourself, of course. 132-inch painted sheetrock with Bear's ultra pure white paint. And I wanted, you know how most new TVs have a little tiny bezel, if any bezel at all now, like my OLED that we have upstairs. So I didn't want this great big thick bezel that you see on most screens that you buy. I wanted a really thin bezel to have that new modern look. So I did. I have this little tiny bezel right here. It's a little half-inch wood piece that we put all the way around it. It matches perfectly to the actual picture. There's not any overhang over onto the wall. It's all within the bezel. It fits exactly perfect. It's for the 16:9 picture. I love it. The ultra pure white wall. Could I have a better picture quality with a $500 or $1,000 screen? Possibly. I don't know. It has a really good picture the way it is with the ultra pure white wall. The only way to know if it would look better is if you did a half and half with a screen material. But you know what? I'm happy with this. It didn't cost much at all. There's no defects, nothing in the screen. It's just a beautiful screen. I have no reason to want to buy a $500 screen to replace it with. Going up on the ceiling also, I did some of these octagon shaped sound absorbers bought from Amazon. I don't know if it helps at all. It's just on that front half of the ceiling. I figure with my center channel up on the ceiling, maybe it'll help kind of absorb and disperse high frequencies a little bit better. I haven't noticed a difference, but anyway, it's there. Now the sound absorbers on the wall, I did have quite live room before I put the sound absorbers up. I kind of liked the live sound, the bright sound that I had. I put the sound absorbers up, and it chopped my high frequencies down considerably. At first I didn't like it, but the more I listened to it, the more I got used to the new sound, and I like it again. I know I had a lot of reflections going on up here that I didn't need. I really didn't want, but I finally got these sound absorbers up. They do an excellent job. You can hear how dead it is up front here. Going at the back. Oh, do you want to get out, huh, Strikey? All right, there you go. And there's Baby Dash. There's Baby Dash. He wanted to come in and say hi. But anyway, at the back of the theater, it's not as dead. Like I said, I do have the sound absorbing panels in each one of these columns here. So it does, kind of deaden it back here a little bit, but not as much as up front, which I think that's the way you want it. Everybody has their own opinions on how it should be done, but I think this is a good combination of keeping it dead and a little bit alive at the back there. Let's see here. For my remote control, I have this little triangle IR repeater. So I point the remote there, boom. It sends the remote, the RF remote signal from IR to RF to back here, from here IR to my equipment. It works out great. It was cheap and it worked out great. I have I have two remotes that I really use. The RCA, this RCA, I can't remember the model number, something 06 or something like that. I love it. It's a learning remote. I love hard button remotes. I don't like a screen. I don't want to have to look at the remote in order to do the functions of the remote. I love a hard button remote. Plus, this was $15. It's programmable and learning, so you can learn all the buttons into it. I love this remote. I've used them for years. Also, I have the Fire Stick remote, which works out well too. I think it must be RF because there's no line of sight for the Fire Stick. I haven't tried learning that into the other remote. I don't think that it will, but I may be wrong about that. I just haven't tried it. The projector is an Optima UHD 60, 4K, true 4K. Close the door. It's a really nice projector. This is a refurb. I like buying refurbs. Paid $1,300 for it. It does a really good job, really good picture. Could I have a better projector? Yeah, I'm sure. I could spend a lot more money, $6,000, $15,000, and get a better picture, I'm sure. But for $1,300, it does a 132-inch screen that I've got beautifully. My next upgrade probably will be the projector. Try to get a little bit better picture quality. In time. That I see as being my next upgrade. Dash is listening to me. He's going, "Who are you talking to, Dad? Who are you talking to? I just don't understand who you're talking to." Oh yeah. Seating wise, of course, we got this love sack up here, really heavy. I can't sit in the chairs for hours. I have to move around. So me and the dogs will lay on the love sack. Dash is laying on our Minky Couture blanket. You love that blanket, don't you? Yeah, he does. He loves that blanket. The first row here is the Valencia. It's their lowest seat. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, it's the lowest line seat. It's still pretty expensive, $2,500 for the 3 chairs. I would love to have gone the nicer Valencias, but I didn't have the room. As you can see, I got 12-foot wide theater here. I have to be in the very center. Music, I want to be in the very center. I don't want to be offset. I needed walkway on both sides of the chairs to get back. That's what I designed the theater for, and that's what I wanted to keep it as. So these chairs here were the skinniest chairs that I could find, which are 31 inches wide. So the 3 chairs together has a little overhang, a little more overhang than I would like. But anyway, these are the chairs that I just recently upgraded these here just a month or 2 ago. I like them. They're nice. A couple things I don't like about them is you really sit up, but you don't sit down into them like the nicer Valencias, and you kind of sit up on them. They're very padded. For what they are, I think they're good. I just wish you kind of sat down more into them. My old chairs, I used to have 6 of these here. These are, oh yeah, I forgot. I got to turn on the lights on the Valencias. There you go. There's the view with the lights on the Valencias. I hate the lights on the bottom, as everybody does, because it shines up on the screen and it's distracting. So I got to tape over those lights down there. I like the lights on the cup holders. That's really cool. But anyway, going back, the back row, I had 6 of these here. Used them for many, many, many years. They've done a good job. These, you do sit really down into them. But they're really cheap chairs. They're like $200 each. I kind of like it into when you sleep on a fold-out bed and you got the bars poking you in the back. Well, these are a little more on the line of that there. Not really bad. Just right back here mostly. You feel just something back there that isn't the most comfortable when you're sitting in them long term. But they've held up really well. Well, nobody else comes down here. Pretty much just me. Every once in a while, a couple of my kids will come down here, but they're all moved out of the house and gone. So my wife, she has her own TV 5.1 system upstairs with the OLED. She watches her stuff up there. I come down here and watch down here, so I'm pretty much the only one in here. That's why I don't really care about replacing these 3 seats with the Valencias. It's $2,500 for nothing. Nobody's going to sit in them. So I'll probably just keep with this setup for right now anyway, unless I become rich. Then I'll replace these 3. But as of right now, this might be my seating. These Valencias, I wish they were longer. My feet, I'm 6'2", and my feet really hang over. These are longer than the Valencias for some reason, even though Valencia's measurements are longer than that, but oh well, it is what it is. Back, when I built this theater back in 2000, the year 2000, roughly the year 2000, when I built this theater, I initially painted the ceiling with planets. It'd be cool to do the fiber optic lights, but I'm not going to do it. Nobody else comes down here. Nobody else cares. But anyway, I put these planets up. I painted these by hand. When I just recently have repainted the theater, I was going to repaint the ceiling, paint over this with flat black. And each of my kids told me, "No, Dad, don't paint over the planets. We love the planets." So I didn't. I kept the planets. So they're still up. This is the Dayton Audio Atmos channels, 4 overhead channels. I mounted them right to the ceiling. I didn't pre-wire back in the year 2000 when I built the theater. I didn't pre-wire for overhead channels, of course. Nobody did, because there wasn't any back then. So anyway, I came out of the same conduit that I used for the projector. I brought speaker wire up and ran the channel to these speakers here. I could cut into the sheetrock and do it correctly, but again, nobody ever comes to see my theater. Nobody really cares. And even if they did, oh well. A lot of people run channel in their walls, and it's not really that bad. Not distracting or annoying. So it'll probably remain like that for quite some time. So this is my theater. I think there's one more thing that I didn't go over. One thing that I really like. that I don't see any other people doing is I hate being down here because you're completely disconnected from the rest of the world other than your cell phone. Um, but I installed a doorbell light. So right up here in the corner is a LED light. And when somebody rings my doorbell upstairs, the light flashes just once. Every time you ring the doorbell, it flashes. Um, I love that. So if I'm down here watching a movie, I see the flash, I know somebody's up to the door. Um, it was easy to do. I just tapped into the transformer for the doorbell itself, which is back in the room with the water heater. And I tapped into that there, brought wire over into the theater, ran a light bulb. Originally, it was just a pigtail light for a car lamp, a 12-volt car lamp. Since then, I've replaced it with an LED. It's totally hidden away except for when somebody rings the doorbell. You see a light in that upper left-hand corner. I love that. It's worked out really, really well all these years. Something you might want to think about doing if you're building a theater or if you have a theater and you find that you don't get to hear the doorbells, because you don't get to hear. You got the music playing, you got the movie playing, you don't hear the doorbell, and that is an easy way to know that somebody's up at the door. I think I pretty much went through everything. I do have lights up in this I can't Valencia or whatever. I need to replace them with LEDs. They're not very bright, but again, nobody comes down here, nobody cares, so I haven't. I do have 2 lights for the screen. My theater used to be blue, and I have blue incandescent bulbs up there. Do I replace them with red? I don't know. I very seldom turn them on. I thought they were cool to install when I built the theater 20 years ago. So anyway, stand back and give another view of the entire theater. I love my theater. I enjoy it. I love to visit other people's theaters. And that's why I thought you might like to see my theater on YouTube and the upgrades that I've made, the changes that I've made from the last video. And looks like Dash's. Are you asleep, bud? I was until you just woke me up. But, all right, well, thank you for coming and visiting my theater on my YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe. I don't really care. I'm not making money off of it anyway. If I make any more updates on my theater, I'll post another video. But thanks a lot for coming and watching. Bye-bye.